This video is giving instruction on how to do the Dale Evans project that goes with this particular chapter. And so I have the Dale Evans letterhead open, and I'm going to go ahead and make this so that I can attach macros to this document. In order to do that, I need to go to Save As, and I can choose Word template. When I do that, it's not enough just to make it a Word template. I need to make it a Word macro enabled template. Okay, so I'm going to say save mine to the desktop. The document name is there, and it's a Word macro enabled template. So I'm going to click save. Okay, as I go through this now, I will be able to attach macros to this. Next thing I'm going to do is go to macro security. So if you're not seeing this particular look, make sure you click on the developer tab and then click on macro security. And if you're going to attach macros to a document, you'll need to go in and do this to enable all macros. When you're done attaching to a macros, I would go back into macro security and turn it back on the first one again. So this is what you need to do in order to make this attached to your document. So keeping in mind that we have to make it a macro enabled template, and because it's going to a document, we have to change the macro security. I'm going to go ahead now, and it says to put a date 2 to 2.5 inches down from the top. Well, I'm at 2.3. Basically, if you have a line like this, you'd want to have at least one blank line before you type your date. So I'm just going to go in and put in insert date. And if you wanted to have one that would always update, I can put in today's date, click update automatically, and click OK. When I do that, then what would happen is every time I use this, it would come up with the current date. It also says to hit enter 4 times, so I'm going to do that now. Just hit enter 4 times. And I'm going to click save. Okay, so this is my macro enabled template. It's got a date that will always come up with the current date and followed by 4 returns. Now to attach macros, and I have 4 of them that I'm going to be doing. So if you have your Dale Evans directions there in front of you, the first one is to make a macro called hello. So I am going to make sure I'm in my developer tab and click on record macro. And I'm going to call it hello. I don't want it to go on the C drive. I want it to attach to this particular letterhead. So I'm going to click on the down arrow and choose documents based on Dale Evans. Now for the description, this is just to give clarification. It does not make the macro work, but I can just say down here that it's letterhead with Dale's picture and address. Okay, just kind of describing what it's about. When I click OK, as I am now getting ready to keyboard, do you notice if I move my mouse that you see something that looks like a cassette tape? This is indicating that it is going to be recording what I do next. So I'm going to type in the text, hello to all you buckaroos. So here I go. And I'm going to hit enter twice. And that's what I want in that macro. So I'm going to stop the recording. If I were just saving to the C drive, That's all I'd have to do. I would just turn on the macro to record it, do whatever I want to do, and then tell it to stop. But because we are going to attach this to a document, unless you save to the document, the macro would go away. So I'm going to just click save right now. And now that macro is attached. I'm going to make another macro. I'm going to click on record macro, and this one is called fan. I'm going to attach it to Dale Evans, and the description here is just a thank you paragraph. Click OK, because again, this doesn't make it work, it just describes it. Once I click OK, now it's going to start recording what I do. So I'm going to type the text. It says thank you so very much, etc. And since this is going to be a paragraph, I'm going to hit enter twice. Okay, and I'm going to stop the recording. And I'll click save again so that that macro actually gets saved. And now I'm ready for my third macro called information. So I'm going to click record macro. It's called information. Store it to this particular template. And this one's about, I'll just call it the picture paragraph. Click OK, and now we're going to type the contents. We will again, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter twice and stop the recording, and I'll save again. And then we have one more to do. So record macro. This one's called closing. I'm going to attach it to this particular template. And this is Dale's letter closing. So I'm ready to type that. So happy trails to you, comma, and then 4 enter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then type Dale, Roy, and family. And I'm going to enter once, stop the recording, save my document. Okay, now I want a clean template, so I'm going to select from here and go all the way down and hit delete and save again. My macros are there, they're ready for me to use, but my letterhead is now clean. I'll click save again, and I'm going to close this. And I'm going to stop it.